And welcome back to Yokai Watch Part 3, played by the SpiffyNeedleGeeks. Let's head to a back alley like a responsible child.
Wait.
So,
are
you sure it's okay for me to go through this back alley? Oh, I'm sure you'll be just fine.
you know, you'll probably get mugged by this guy.
Oh shit.
Who likes to moonwalk.
Oh. Oh, but at least he was nice enough to give you a
That's my cola!
Never mind.
That's
funny.
First. So meet Ruffraff, rank E yokai from the Tough Tribe. It's very fast and defensive and can hit very fucking hard. If you have Ruffraff this early in the game, you already broke it. Ruffraff is a yokai that creates juveniles and punks and children. Pretty much, yeah, Ruffraff is the reason why children want to rebel from their parents.
So he's responsible for the crime rates in Japan during the 80s.
What?
Just in general.
So yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Imagine if this yokai possessed you on a first date.
This yokai.
If you're on a date, more than like, unless it's like 13-year-old dates, I'm not really sure. I don't think Ruffraff possesses anybody older than preteen.
Yeah, so
really?
I'm pretty sure this yokai affected us all as kids.
Yeah, I think Ruffraff only goes after children.
Oh, okay.
Like children or
I just kind of had the weird assumption that it's like it wasn't necessarily like just kids that Ruffraff would go ahead and possess or whatnot. I assumed it'd be like, okay, yeah, granted, you know, he would go ahead and possess like much older people,
no,
not too
Ruffraff
old, but like teens or whatnot. But you know, like if you possess an older person, then it's like you'll make him act juvenile.
No, Ruffraff he's just a punk, you know. Hey, let your pants hang down, steal a candy bar here and there, you know. Don't actually peek in on the girls in the locker room. Just think about what they're wearing. That's about it. So the back alleys, yes, the back alleys they're pretty much in every single area. There's always going to be back alleys in every city part of Springdale. And, yeah, the yokai back here are much more aggressive, and they are much stronger.
So are these, like, dungeons?
Yeah, they're considered dungeons. You also can't save while you're back here either, so...
Okay.
Anyway, so next new yokai...
Hey!
Hungrams. Hungrams is a
Here's
rank
a familiar face.
Yes, Hungrams is a rank E yokai from the Heartful Tribe. It's a spirit healer. This is going to be the earliest healer you can get in the game, so not a bad idea to pick him up. Hungrams, whenever he possesses somebody, gives you stomach pains and just makes you very, very hungry. So if Hungrams possesses you while you're on a date, it's actually kind of appropriate. Let's go to dinner now. I'm starving.
Yeah, but the problem is
whatever you do, don't go to an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah, the problem is you'd be paying a very hefty bill.
Well, no, because I guess it depends on how much Hungrams is possessing you. If he's possessing you normally, he'll just make you eat until you're full. Though, if Hungrams really felt like going all out, he could make you eat and never get full. But that's really if he just feels like being a jerk. Though, he is a part of the Heartful Tribe, and being an old man, he is a kindly old man, so...
Right.
This is the guy that's responsible for, you know, Bill!
Yep. He's the one that possessed Bill and eating everyone's snacks. Also, Bill got fired.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill!
Oh, that was such a great freaking video.
Yes. Oh, that was so great.
Bill may have gotten carried away with those snacks, but not with our games.
Oh, absolutely.
Though Hungrams isn't necessarily above yokai cannibalism.
Oh, hi.
Oh, okay, good.
Ain't you's a tough one? Guess we roll together now.
You and me are bros, man.
Gotta get rough.
Also,
Gotta get rough.
That voice that I gave Ruffraff, that's actually not too far off from his actual voice. He has that in the show. He has that very greasy, like, just punkish, like New York Boston voice.
New York, Boston.
I don't go walking around
Oh.
this back alley unless you want to mess with me.
So here's an interesting yokai spot. If you ever see a random teddy bear moving around, it's always going to be one specific yokai. Meet
Ah.
Babylon.
Oh.
I won't get too
Wait.
much into Babylon's stats right now because we can't actually recruit it yet. But Babylon is a yokai that pretty much never shuts up. If he's possessing you,
Oh.
you will never stop talking. You'll always keep the conversation going, even to the point where people are tired of you talking.
Oh, God.
So Babylon in the overworld, whenever you find one, they'll pretty much just give you hints or just advice about the game itself. Like right here, he's talking to you about the back alleys and such. So like if you didn't know you could actually go back there, if you found Babylon first, he tells you can go back there now, and you know, good way to get experience. He also tells us about requests and favors, which is actually something we won't be able to access until the next chapter. But those are effectively side quests, and you can get experience off them. Like as Babylon said, think of them as life experience.
Life experience.
It's just more or less giving you a heads up of what's to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the next back alley. Something I should also point out are those locked gates you see there with the letters on them. Yeah, those are yokai locks. You won't be able to access those until we upgrade our yokai watch, because currently it's at E.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Dilemma. Welcome to the team. But yeah, typically what are behind those yokais, they're typically just rarer items. That's really all they have behind them. Sometimes they also give you access to different parts of the underground, which we'll be getting to here in a bit.
Okay.
Alright, so now we have Dilemma, and we're getting... Okay. Oh, yes, thank you, Whisper, for explaining exactly what I just explained. Also, forgive me if I keep forgetting about the locks. They always seem to slip my mind whenever I go around to them. But like, forgive me if once I do rank up and still forget to go back to them, because the prices behind them never really are that intriguing. But anyways, okay, so here's another yokai spot, and this is Dawana. I won't get into Dawana right now because we can't actually recruit him yet. But yeah, this is under the yokai spot. So if you find a Dawana in these specific spots, he'll give you a prize.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
And
interesting.
And depending on the spot, sometimes the yokai will just give you prizes. Other yokai will fight you too. So also, that was me buying like 20 of those. With good
Hey,
reason.
listen, it's the middle of the summer, okay? I gotta keep myself hydrated somehow. Oh,
Well, it actually was with good reason, because there are... Well, for one thing, I still need to get Negative Buzz, and Negative Buzz is favorite food or drinks. But, as we see over there.
oh.
But there
Oh,
are actually...
hey, here we go.
There are actually 2 more yokai that I still need to get here in Uptown that also like drinks, so...
So, I noticed that you just opened a purple chest, but we've been opening yellow ones prior. Is there a difference between the two?
Well, yeah.
Like, just different items?
I did explain that prior, like, a little bit in the last video. Purple chests respawn every day, and they always have, like, really common items that you can find all over the place. Yellow chests are one-time chests, and they have rarer items.
Ah, gotcha.
Like, you see the yellow chest they opened up, and it stayed there. Like, that just implies that it's stuck like that now. It's never closing back up. The purple chests always disappear, because they're always going to reappear the next day.
Okay.
This is a rusty ring. This is a piece of equipment. You can actually give equipment to yokai. 1 equipment per yokai. A rusty ring, I believe, increases your spirit, but decreases your defense. But anyway, so next new yokai, over on the right, Droplets. Droplets is a rank E yokai from the Eerie tribe. It's pretty much just a spirit attacker, and that's really all it has going for it. Whenever Droplet inspirits... Well, actually, Droplet doesn't necessarily inspirit people directly. It's just similar to Desmeralda. It's actually an environmental yokai where its very presence is what causes its effects. Whenever Droplet's around, it pretty much causes the area to become very humid. Like, if you all of a sudden find the air like very wet and you find yourself sweating out of nowhere, that's Droplets' fault.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah,
What?
so Droplet, would you kindly get the fuck out of Georgia already? We're tired of your shit for the past month.
It is still summer.
Or Brady, can you just get lost for good?
It is still summer, so...
I prefer it to be hot and dry than hot and humid. Like, if it's gonna be
Yeah,
humid,
I
make it cold.
agree.
At least let it be cold while it's humid.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You can have humidity in cooler climate.
Okay.
Yeah, more so especially after it finished raining at one point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, rain's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, Brandon, you should know. It's like, yeah, you're in Georgia. It's like, for the past month, we've been having, like, really high heat, but we've been having a lot of humidity on top of it, so it's just gross.
Well, I mean, it has been raining for the past week, so...
Well, I know for the past week, but even before that.
I guess.
You know,
Wait a minute, if it's been raining that much in Georgia, it's like, hey, can you send some of that rain my way?
No, it's been raining and thunderstorming. Seriously, yesterday's storm was super bad.
You know what?
I don't know if Danny caught the same storm I did, but it was pretty harsh.
I think I caught the tail end of it, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh.
Yeah. Come to think of it, going back to the date thing, I'm fairly certain on your first date, Droplets possesses everybody on their first date.
You know what?
Makes sense to use how he affects the environment and not just one individual.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No. Also, Hungramps is another yokai you need for another Legends page. But in any which case, so now the next area. So that was all the back alleys we can visit here in Uptown Springdale. So now we're going to go into the underground waterway, which you can access through here. There actually is another pathway on the left side. And you know the underground waterway pretty much connects the entirety of Springdale, except that a lot of it is blocked off through locked gates, which we can only unlock after we progress a little further into the above grounds. But regardless of such, we're actually down here for one more yokai and to end off this video. And this actually gets into yokai recolors. There are multiple yokai that are just a different color, but have the same form as other yokai. But if a yokai it's not like shiny Pokemon. It plays more like Digimon actually. If a yokai is a different color, then that actually does make it a completely different yokai with different powers.
I see.
Now, typically sometimes they'll be similar, sometimes their effects will be completely opposite. It really depends. But there it is right there. Meet Slush. Slush, rank E, Eerie yokai. It's just like Droplet as a spirit attacker, but it's actually more defensive than Droplet, so it is a little better. Droplet is another environmental yokai where it's actually...
You said Droplet.
Thank you. Slush is another environmental yokai, which is actually the opposite of a Droplet. That's what I was trying to say. Whenever it's around, it actually makes the area a little chilly. Like if you suddenly feel random chills out of nowhere, and if you see like maybe like your water is suddenly starting to like frost up a little bit, you know that's Slush. So Droplet makes it hot and humid. Slush makes it chilly.
Rough gonna die.
I would honestly go with Slush any day.
I honestly would too.
No, because I keep telling everybody whenever I end up having a conversation with one of my customers about the weather, it's like, alright, look, to me, I feel like it's really easy to keep yourself warm when it's really cold, but it's 5 times as hard to keep yourself cool in the blazing heat.
Yeah.
Because
Also,
yeah, it's like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Another point of reference, even though yokai are considered different yokai when they're different color, yokai that are the same form will always be in the same tribe. So Droplet and Slush, they're both Eerie yokai.
Oh, okay.
And now we have Slush.
Nice.
He likes slushies.
But no... Yeah.
I do like slushies.
I haven't had a good slushie in a while.
Let's fix that. I like slushies.
Well, Slush is good at making slushies.
Well, good.
You ever go to movie theaters and get one of those like root beer flavored slushies?
I don't care for root beer, so no.
Like, can't you? You can still get slushies at convenience stores, can't you?
I don't know.
It depends.
I'm pretty sure you can. I know there's a slush
store.
machine in my convenience store. I know there's a slush machine in my convenience store down the street. So.
Yeah, like I said, I think it pretty much depends on the place you're at, like what store you're at.
Yeah. Well, in any which case, on the topic of slushies, that actually does do it for this part of Yokai Watch, ladies and gentlemen. And that does do it for the entirety of Uptown Springtail. We have gotten all the available yokai we can get up to now in Uptown. So next time, we will actually be traveling back to the forest where we first met Whisper of Mount Wildwood and find the available yokai there. So we'll see you all then.